Howdy, human. Welcome to 7 Days to Die with Master Onagi. Aloha, one and all! If you haven't already, speed this up to 1.5, 1.25, 2, whatever you can follow. I do not like to waste people's time. And certainly, having me run at a higher speed will make me seem more excited and possibly potentially bring more joy to your experience. Highly recommend it. Can't recommend it enough. Day 214. All right, so we got 3 days to the horde. We're at our current horde day base, which is of course parking 12, our local horde base. And we've been doing some stuff. So we opened this up here, and we're going to put a command center in there. And of course on this side too, it'll cover both sides. Have to finish down the ramp going down. We'll also have the power circuit down there. But right now, inventory check. We go where the drop tells us to go, because we are playing Airdrop Nomad. If I haven't told you before, I'll tell you again. We follow the airdrop. Whatever is closer in terms of established bases, we improve upon. If there's no established base, we make a new one. And so far, we've had Vega Base pop up as new, Random Base, Central Command, which is a lot of work, IDK, our original base in the area. We also have the Silent Base and the Brick House. Totally unnecessary, lots of bases. Could have just spent most of my time on Central Command. But oh well. Live and learn. And of course, each one of them has their own facets. This is one of the bigger areas that I've tried to cover ever in a base. This is a different take on this conversion, and this is an underground base that I've also never tried before. And the outpost is, again, something new. Vega Base, on the other hand, not so new. Kind of more of what I've already done. But enough talk. Let's go and pick up the drop and find out which of the bases we'll be working on today. Speaking of today, how are you doing today? This is part of what we were improving upon yesterday. We're going to put in dart traps up there. Now they don't cover the entirety of the area down here. They only cover the inside the inner 4x4 block. And that's because I'm going to have a catwalk. Or that's actually because I think this opening here is only that big. So I can still throw down Molotovs and stuff like that. Just have to find a way to actually activate the dart traps at will. So I think the electric fence should be off. Yep. Good. Let's make a move. And so, how you doing? What's going on? You get to listen to me yap on all day. I don't see why you don't get a chance to talk. Say something. Man, I always feel sorry for these zombies that, you know, end up meeting me, because they only end up ever dying. You must die a horrible death. I want to take your... Can I take his leg? Can't take his leg. I'm trying to take his leg. Alright, fine. So I take his arm. Nope. I can take his animation. He no longer can animate. No longer can anything. He's gone. Gone like the wind. So I got I'm watching a base build, one of my base builds, at the same time as playing this. Because, you know, multitasking. I'm not really capable of doing it, but every once in a while I look down and check out what I've done. Don't want to end up repeating myself, I think, primarily. Here we go. Here's a drop. What have you got for me today? That's crap. That is crap. Even for an early find, that would be crap. So, Central Command. Okay, Central Command. We may have to clear the building for like the umpteenth time. I think the safest way to approach this is... let's go here. Alright. Not that safety is really an issue. I'm not really too concerned about that. Oh, I'm overheating. Do I have a... Yes, I do. Let's put that on. Oh yeah, that's right. I elected to clean the streets. I don't recommend you do this in a normal game because those are always sources of material of some form or another, but in an effort to keep my city clean, I'm just trying to clear out all this garbage and riffraff. Don't want to get too close to those buildings. Don't want to wake up any sleepers. Nice. Aw, he ran away from me. He's scared of me. Don't you want to tango? Down here or down there? Let's try that way. Just a little bit of cleanup here. Suppose I should be cleaning up the zombies as well, but they don't seem to want to come anywhere near me, which is probably a smart move on their part, considering there is yet to be a zombie that made it. Oh man, my controller has been disconnected. That's been happening a lot recently. I think it has to do with the cable. I'm going to have to get a new cable. Anywho. Maybe I should actually use the Bluetooth. I'm concerned that it might be delayed though. Oh, did I take your arm? Oh, you pissed off now? Huh. This fall backwards was just epic. And here we are at Central Command. You can see the parachute from the drop up there, which I still haven't picked up because I still haven't gone through Higashi Tower. That'll probably be the last thing I do. We got some space for some goodness. Let's take this. Okay, good. Did I drop anything? What are these? Looks like I dropped something, but it isn't anything. Alright, confusing. So as you can see, we've taken over this building and we've started work on the second building. But we haven't really fully taken it over. I've kind of blocked off a lot of the possible spawn points in here, but that's not necessarily... What the hell? Did I do that? Should probably block that off. Can't leave that open like that. Zombie falls in there, you're gonna have some trouble. Alright, so we blocked off most of the spawning points here on the ground floor, but that's not going to stop them from spawning upstairs. So let's go check it out. Make sure the area is still clear. Okay, well, I don't like this corner here because I can't see around it. So let's get rid of it. It is not a central support. The central supports are marked as being cement. So pretty much brick we can take out at this stage. And you know, I might replace the entirety of the stair features, this whole wall everywhere with reinforced iron or iron bars. And that way when you're running from floor to floor you can actually see what's happening on the floor. It should be far more useful than just, you know, this brick that hides things. Of course, if we need to bail, we can always take our chute down, and you may be able to see the trap we're building here. So there'll be spikes all the way through here. Electric fences and the tripwires are already hooked up and connected. Just need to throw the dart traps in place. So that should be interesting. Of course, we won't take on the horde here until we have the whole central command in its entirety wired up. We're probably going to have to connect it all underground, and that way we don't risk like any of our equipment being damaged by zombies spawning or anything like that. So, alright, looks like for the most part this building is still clear from the last time we cleared it, which is good. I think this final one is the roof. Yep, nobody up here. Excellent. Alright, let's go back downstairs, drop off this stuff, and get to work. Nah, I'm glad I replaced the floor with hay bales again. Trying to remember if I'd done that or not. The outcome could have been very bad. I didn't get an engine or anything from that car. That's disappointing. Alrighty. Sure, there's a lot of things I could consolidate. Ah, see? 20 leather. 50 clay. 2 short iron pipes. 2. And stone. There's your forge. Mechanical parts. A claw hammer and a wrench. I have a wrench. I can make a claw hammer once I have the forge running. And you've got yourself a workbench. You got 2 beakers, some pipes, some other stuff. So you could probably make yourself a chemistry station as well, assuming you have all the skills. Alright, so what are we doing today? We have to decide how we're going to seal off the roof of this part. Now, we're going to have to put in the spikes. And we're going to have to put in the dart traps. So, let's see, do we have any dart traps? We're going to have to grab them from the creative menu. Only 10. We'll need more. Also need the wire tool. And I might as well take some building materials. Possibly, potentially, definitely take some of this. Because with that we can make other things. Iron bars. Let's grab a stack of 500 iron bars. And let's put the spikes in place now. That should do it for now. Yep. Because I want to dig out underneath as well. But first, let's finish off all the electrical stuff. It's always good to have this in place beforehand. So, let's see. I'm spy with my little eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which technically is 16, because 2 in each one. But also, ooh, good question. You know what? I'm just going to put in the lower ones now. Depending on how I decide to cover all of this, I may put in another row of everything. Although I sincerely doubt that by the time they get here, they'll have any, I don't think any of them will be walking anymore. Unless they come from the inside of Higashi Tower, but, you know, hopefully we'll seal it all off. What is wrong with this? Come on, advance. There we go. Oh, wait a second. Is it facing the right way? No. Okay, what I'd like to see is that thing in the front and that. I like this, but can I get it with that on top? And see how these can be angled sideways? I was thinking about putting them in here, in the wall like this. The problem with that, though, is that, of course, I won't be able to protect them. Yeah, see, that's ideal right there. This is what I would do. Just to replace this wall in its entirety. The problem is, though, of course, that it's weird because it goes sideways into the block. Leaves little gaps that you get caught into. I don't know. Let's figure out how to make that work. But for now, what we need is this. There we go. This is ideal. Let's just get on top of that. There we go. Makes it easier. I gotta move this. There we go. It's blocking the count of how many I have left. I don't want to go past. I don't want to use them all because I want to maintain. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. You can always copy the rotation. Ah, yes, that's kind of what I wanted, but again. Oh, that was it. That was it. Oh, after all of that. Yes. Good. Yeah, I currently have no way of getting in. Oh, I suppose I could just go into the building. Alright, anyways, this will work. So. No! Dart traps! Okay. And copy rotation. Beautiful. I'll just put the lower ones just in case I want to put more tripwires and electric fences in. Like I said, at this stage they shouldn't be walking. They should have their legs broken. Yes? Okay. So, I'm thinking if I put in plates here, I'll still be able to shoot out. They shouldn't be able to get in. Decisions. What am I going to do? Well, I know I want to kind of come out here off this line. And it offers me an opportunity to connect these two. If I use iron bars, I'll be able to shoot down through it, but it has its disadvantages, right? Not to mention that I want to be able to shoot down with dart traps through here. So, since I've made up my mind yet. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Alright, ixnay on these guys. Let's get our hacks back. Let's drop to the ground. What I should do is I should take out one more deep in all of this. Seal it off with cement. And run the poles across. Ouch. Don't do that. Surely at some point in time there must be a horde coming, undoubtedly, because, you know, it always happens. What do I want to do? Do I want to use poles, or do I want to go with the old tried and true quarter blocks and eighth blocks? Again, I got to give a lot of credit for some little things to all of the people that I've been my teachers as I journey through this. So I'd say Games for Kicks for the wonderful pole, which he got from somebody else, but he adapted the half block as the floor inside, which brings you at perfect level. Now, I'm one for the machete. If you choose to use a blunt weapon, you know, that hits overhead, or even, as I discovered when for months have been asking and wishing and complaining and bitching that there is no spear in the game. I would love to have a spear and a shield. When look at what I'm using, there is, I mean, how similar is a shovel to a spear, really? It is almost the same thing. So stop complaining that you don't have a spear and use your shovel, which I did at the beginning. If you watch my saw blade season, when it came down to it, the shovel at the beginning was one of my strongest weapons. Kept my distance from them, knocked them back, knocked them down. Fantastic at the beginning. And it adds to your mining. Why, if you're not going to use a blunt weapon, then why put your energy into getting points by using a club, right? You're always going to be digging. So, I mean, like, this thing at this point in time probably does not do as much damage. Entity damage, 37.85, right? The machete by comparison is 3 times that, right? But in the early game, your stone shovel is pretty good. Even using this, I've used this iron shovel before, and if it doesn't damage them, at least most of the time it knocks them right on their butt, right? So, useful. But, as I was saying, I digress. If you are going to be using a weapon which you eventually are going to like invest pummel Pete for, or a blunt weapon, a club of some form, spiked or otherwise, barbed wire or otherwise, then the 100 or 50 pillars defense, which is kind of like the pole defense that I use, but instead of having the poles running across horizontally, you have the pillars going vertically, because with a machete you strike horizontally, while as with a blunt weapon you strike down vertically. So yeah, let's fill this up here. And we'll do bulletproof glass blocks, just because. And speaking of hills, I have no problem with the pillar spanning this, but the only problem I have, though, is this spot here. There'll need to be some form of reinforcement, I think, because the distance is pretty far. So there'll have to be a central, or best thing to do. Have a shovel, please. Is to take it from here. So this block, and throw this up as a support. Yeah. Too far, too far. Time to make. Oh, I don't have any. Grr. Okay, so put in that concrete box here. Symbolize that this should be a support. Grr. Really need to fill that in. It's bothering me. case I make more mistakes. There we go. Okay, so that's one. And then that is actually quite impressive. That is more of what I expected when I did it the first time. Alright, that was a mistake. This is what I should be doing. Okay, because eventually we're going to dig out between the two buildings. As I said, most of this is going to be supported from underground. I need to grab some 50 pills. So that's what I've decided to use with wet concrete. And put that across. Actually, how to make this work in a way that makes sense. I suppose the 50 pill will form our support across anyways. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Advanced. Actually, simply solved. Really. Odd pace. There we go. So, boom. Copy rotation. And then we just proceed to fill in the rest. As far as this is concerned, I simply do that. That's considered that there's a whole supported block all the way across. Interesting, isn't it? Because the outline is really what you should be looking at, not the inner part. It's the outline that matters. The actual box. You just think of it all in terms of simple boxes. As far as structural integrity is concerned. Not so true when it comes to trying to wiggle through or something like that. If I put something, if I put this here, yeah, okay. I'm going to fill that all with glass blocks. That would be cool. This right here. Cool. Do that for now. Oh, I should have filled in the back of this. Damn it. Can I still do it? Nope. I don't think so. Try. Nope. Nope. If I go back one. No. Ah! Gosh darn it. Super frustrating. Alright, I'll fix it. Fix it later. For now, this will do. I hear somebody jumping. Oh, this is super annoying to walk on. Good. Now the spikes. All advanced. I hear somebody. Wow. Oh. No! Whoa, I got lost in thought there. Surprising. My mind just went around in circles. Whole scenarios and stuff. Oh, it's daydreaming. Thinking about the stresses of the day. What da-da! Grr! This is gonna hurt. 10K. Let's take a while. But there's no like disassemble. We actually have to hold and select, you know. Alright. Cool. Coming together. I need a way to cover, to defend this, or protect this. I need to put in turrets over here anyways, I think. That's I think I'll leave the joy of filling up all the dart traps till later. Well, how are we gonna? So I just we need to do is we have these things. We don't have any ramps on us. Let's go get the ramps. See, there's that jumping again. Okay. Wow, that sounds like a lot of them. Huh? They're glass breaking. Oh crap. That's interesting. Oh, come on, stop it. Oh, how the hell did you get out? Oh, of course he got out, because he just jumped on top of the, wonder if he damaged this. Nope. Gotcha. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna get over there. Just drop in on him. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting stunned. Alright, here we go. One at a time, people. That's it. Come get some. Oh, there's a lot of them. They're hurting me something fierce. Wow, there's a lot of them. Oh, some of them are still getting up. Alright, cool. Let's scrap, 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 and scrap. Oh, where's the axe? Where'd the axe at? I'm not trying to craft anything. Okay. I don't know if I cleared this building. Alright. Huh. Oh man, I missed her. Where's she going? Till I build a way over. Let me drop off this stuff here. Not my shovel. Not my shovel. Need my shovel. See, now I'm cold. Well, sir. I suppose sir in the military is used both for male and female, so sir is appropriate for everybody. So, well, sir, I think that's going to be me. And I will see you. Or, actually, you will see me in the next one. We see eye to eye? I hope so. Until then, may you have the greatest of the greatest. Adios, amigo. I'm out. Yo.